Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Thursday, November 30th, 2023. It's the last day of November, almost December tomorrow. We know what that means, start of that calendar thing. We'll get to that in a second. This is my daily vlog, my stand-up, where I get up each morning, turn on the lights, turn on the camera, and talk about what I'm doing to make content creation a sustainable full-time occupation. So, let's start with yesterday. Yesterday was twofold. Two things I was working on, and that was hammering on my Advent project for December, and working on the next long form, which is going to be another video focused around the 2600 plus, which is it's leveraging 2600 plus, but it's another one of those top 10 games under a certain amount of money kind of thing. Those are always, they do so well. And even if you don't have a plus, knowing what, it's kind of like a tier video in a way about like, oh, here's some interesting games and a little history about them and that kind of thing. So I did some writing on that, of course, and I now have, speaking of the Advent though, I have 7 of them now completely edited, published, and scheduled to publish, I will say. And I have 10 of them shot, so I have 3 more waiting to edit. So I'm over a third of the way done, almost half the way done, which I think I knocked out another 3 or 4 yesterday and shot a few more. So that's going great, and it's going to start. It's going to start. I mean, tomorrow morning, by the time we talk next time, Friday, the first one will have released because I'm releasing them early in the morning. And we'll talk a little bit about what I'm doing for them coming up in just a bit. So the long form, by the way, that I was working on and writing, it's getting there. I did some thumbnail work. I did a little bit of writing. I gathered up all the materials. I started writing the intro and a couple of the games. As before, there are 10 of them, but a couple of them don't. Anyway, about 12 games to cover. So working on that. And we'll talk more about it when we get to today. So stats-wise, everything is status quo is the stats. So we're still around 12,000 views a day on the 7-day average. Still a little over 53 subscribers a day all over the 7-day average. So still kind of right in line with where we were, even though we're having little ups and downs. Again, I'm trying to look at the average recently, how things are going. So I expect, based on where we are right now, I would expect another little milestone will probably hit by tomorrow morning when we talk. Okay, let's talk then about today. Today is going to be a repeat of yesterday. Again, the 2 things I want to work on are working on writing for the long form top 10 under $10 thing, and also knocking out some more of the Advent calendar things. My goal before the end of the week is to have the entire next week done, so that essentially, I already have through Thursday or Friday done. I'd like to have all the way through the following Monday or Tuesday done, so I can and that'll get us over the halfway point. So I think that'll be, it's a good target to do, and they're not that tough to do. Each one takes about probably 10-15 minutes to shoot. Let's call it 30 minutes to shoot, because I have to get the item, get the light, white balance, all that stuff. But 30 minutes total with all the overhead and baggage, and then another 30 minutes to edit probably. So each one is costing about an hour, which is not too bad actually. And that's everything from starting to publish, right? About an hour. Each one is kind of burning, so not too bad. So that entire project, not counting the prep work and the introduction and all that, it's going to cost about 30 hours of work, which is not a bad investment for the potential of what it could bring us in December. So before I go, I want to mention. By the way, today's Thursday. New podcast is out. So if you're a podcast listener, new show is out today. We talked a bit about yesterday how, the Advent calendar with thumbnails that aren't revealing what the product is. A lot of you had good suggestions in there about what to put on the thumbnail, whether I change it at some point later. All that, all good thoughts that I'm noodling over. The one thing I am doing though is, because it's possible these videos won't be discoverable as a traditional video, I reached out to a bunch of people I've collaborated with in the past. People who I've either done something for them or with them on their channel or something. Excuse me, a little frog in my throat. And just sent off a little note about, hey, it's John, how have you been? through December, I'm doing this thing. I explained briefly how it's a kind of non-typical, that it might not work the recommendation engine very well, and ask if they could help promote it. Just mention it in a video or on social or whatever. So try to do guerrilla marketing in that direction, just to get people aware of it at least. So if they have any interest in it, at least they don't miss it. And I set up a URL that's easy to find it, so people can recommend it. It's just GenXGrownUp.com/Pac-Man24 for the 24 days of Pac-Man, which is what this is all about. I think I said that before, or I just spilled the beans. I don't know which thing it is, but it's all Pac-Man related. So I think we saw thumbnails yesterday, so you know that. So hopefully, by leveraging some collaborators I've worked with in the past, I'll be able to offset the undiscoverability potential of this series, just to get enough interest and awareness that it exists. So we'll see. We'll know tomorrow. Well, we won't know tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have seen one release, and it will have been out for 3 or 4 hours, early in the morning. Odds are it's not going to be much to talk about tomorrow other than it's out. I think we'll know more come Monday, because then there will have been 4 released, and we'll see if there's any kind of momentum or any kind of feeding of one to the next or that kind of thing. That'll be interesting to see how this goes. And of course, as I mentioned, it's not all I'm doing in December. It's just what I'm getting ready for December, in addition to some other work. So I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead and get busy on this fine Thursday. Thank you for stopping in to check out today's vlog, if in fact you did. If you're here every day, I love you for that. Thank you for making time in your day regularly to spend with me for just a few minutes. It really means the world to me. I'm so grateful for you. So yeah, have a great Thursday. Please do something good for yourself when you have a chance. You should. If you haven't in a while, you deserve it. And I'll talk to you next day. Bye-bye.